guys, so we've got the BL3F 3-in-1 ESC receiver LED light controller combo. Nice little all-in-one unit here. Now, where I picked it up from on AliExpress, it is advertised as a Dumbo RC product, but it came branded Trolley Truby. I think it's just a difference in the labeling because it paired with the Dumbo RC X6 transmitter as they spec in the advertisements. It's also compatible with a few other Dumbo RC transmitters, the X4, X5, X6 as I just mentioned, X6A as well as the X6P. The ESC on this one is a 10 amp ESC. It is rated for motors that are less than 370 in size. We'll be running it in the JY66, which has a 260 motor in it. And it also does advertise it to be 2 to 3S compatible. We'll be running it with a 2S LiPo. Now, what's nice about this, guys, is the 3-in-1 aspect for a small RC like this, 1/14 scale. And the reason I'm actually going to be using it in the JY66 is because last time I used this one was probably about a year and a half ago. I actually, when I brought it home, started ripping into it to do some mods, and I blew up the ESC receiver combo. Not a big deal. I was able to find another one, and I brought it in right away, but I let that sit for several months before I tried it out. And unfortunately, it was faulty past the return period, and I wasn't about to bring another one of those in. So I went searching to see what I could find where I could use the existing LEDs, because we have some headlights, some turn signals, and some tail lights there that I wanted to use and get this back out instead of letting it collect dust. So I came across the BL3F. Now, this unit here is also available with the gyro and would have the product code BL3FG, and it's actually not much more money. Now, this guy here, I was asked, a few people know I have this, what's the size comparison to a standard Dumbo RC receiver? Well, there you go. Not much difference. The length is a little bit longer, same thickness, obviously a little bit wider, but not that bad. Still a nice small little compact size for what you're getting with this. Now, the receiver on this one says it's got a range of 400 meters, so not bad. And yeah, I figured, you know what, this is the unit that I want to try out, since it does have the LED ports on the side there. So that's what we did. Now, let's pull this apart. I've already got it apart. I've got my LEDs all prepped right now, ready to go in. But what I had to do for you to be able to fit any plugs down the side here, you need to use, your standard 3-wire I guess, receiver plug. Those are the only ones skinny enough to fit in there, but it's only a 2-prong. So what I did was I took the 3rd wire out and then I sliced it right there to make it small enough to fit in there, and they fit in perfect now. So that was an easy enough mod to do. That's all wired up, ready for the LEDs. I ran a JST, red JST for the motor, as well as JST for the battery, because I'll just be using a little, I don't even know where I have it right now. I'll just be using a little LiPo battery here. I'll use something like this with a red JST plug on there. That's what I'll be using. I might switch it out for a Dean's plug later, but for right now, that's what we'll be using to test this one out. Having a closer look at the BL3F here, you've got your power port right there, labeled negative, positive. You got 6 channels right there, and then you have your motor port right there. It's the only one that's going in the opposite direction, and then your LED ports along there. So the only thing that didn't make sense to me right away was due to the lack of proper abbreviations there along the side, which are clearly listed online on the advertisement. So we're going to put that up on the screen. I didn't really know what any of those were for. So I've got it all figured out now. It's got daylight, running lights, backup lamp. They call flashlight. I guess that's your headlights, your stop lamp, and your cornering lamp, which would be your turn signals. Then they've got one that's labeled buzz. I think that's for like an alarm, low voltage alarm or something like that. And yeah, other than that, we've got 2 buttons here. You've got your binding button on the right, and then on the left, you've got your mode button. And the mode button on this one, I believe it's got 3 modes, and we'll power it up and we'll show you that in a moment. But it's got your, I believe, just straight forward reverse, and then you've got forward reverse with brake, and then it has a, I think they labeled it aviation, so for your fixed wing aircraft you can use this in as well, and that would be your 3rd. And here, let me show you that right now actually. So we'll just plug the battery directly in. And we plugged it in backwards, but that's okay. It's not going to damage it. There we go. So you can see the green light there. Now this red light is your mode light. I'll get us a little screwdriver here, and we'll switch the modes. It's very easy to see if this will work. So you can see blue now, that's for fixed wing. And then green, that's a straight forward and reverse with no brake, but I want the brake on the crawler. So there we go, that's why I have it at red. So very easy to set up. The binding button, your typical binding procedure, you're just going to hold it for 3 seconds till it's flashing with your transmitter on, and it paired up and bound to my X6, no problem. All right, we're going to pull the power there. So that's about it, guys. Not much more to look at here. I'm going to get it mounted up, and then we'll take it out. Well, what I'll do is I'll get it all mounted up here. It's going to be mounted in the stock tray here, and then once I have it all mounted, you're not going to be able to see it anymore because we're going to put the body back on. But we'll test it out at the bench here, and maybe if it's not raining out, we'll take it out, and it'll be dark outside, but we'll have a quick little run with it just to make sure that it's going to function properly. All right, guys. Well, we got the BL3F installed in the JY66 here. I did take a snapshot before we put the body back on so you could see how it was all hooked up. So that's all hooked up now. We got the X6 here. Let's power that on. And we're going to power on the JY66. There we go. And there we go. You can see the headlights are working. Turn signals there on the front. Motor's working. Forward, brake, and reverse. And we've got tail lights on the back, and I've got it set up just as brake lights. There we go. All the lights are working. Perfect. So guys, that's about it. I was able to fish the antenna into the cab here, so that's pretty sweet. So it's all exposed. We're going to get the JY66 out for a quick run to wrap this one up. It's pitch black out. I don't think it's raining, so should be good to have it outside for a few minutes. But for here at the bench, we're going to leave it at that. You like this video, make sure you hit big thumbs up. You want to grab one of these 3-in-1 ESC receiver light controller combos, either with or without the gyros. Check out the links down below in the description. Worked out perfect, that nice little compact unit for this 1/14 scale here. I'm definitely looking forward to getting the JY66 out for another full run here soon. You guys will be seeing that. But for right now, we're going to leave it at that, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.
I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack.